Okay, and it looks like we're off for the KLASK World Championship in 2018 here in Helsinki. I'm joined here by my colleague Thomas to comment over the games.
Welcome.
So here we have the first match of the first game, and quickly, before I can even introduce the players, Jaro on the right has already scored a point against Stefanie on the left. So in case you're not familiar with the rules of KLASK, we'll do a quick introduction. If you get the yellow ball into the hole just like that, you score a point. If you get 2 white magnets onto your opponent's player piece, you also get a point. If you have your own piece go into your own goal, that's a point for your opponent. And if you get your piece captured by the other opponent, then that is also a point for them. So right now we can see there was 2 magnets in Stefanie's goal, but still managed to get the point there for Jaro. And it is Stefanie's return.
Nice shot from Stefanie there. They both look very confident at the moment. Stefanie is from Austria and Jaro is from Germany.
Ooh, and a very good deflection of the magnet by Stefanie there, immediately picked up by Jaro. And Jaro's being very aggressive, playing quite far away from his goal, just ready to bat the ball back at Stefanie. And it seems to be working out for him so far. This is a group stage of Group A so far, and there will be 1 match played for, well, 2 matches in total against each opponent, but 1 match at a time. So Jaro is very close to sealing away the first victory here, but anything can happen.
Okay,
So yeah, we've got 1 more point for Jaro.
He's looking very confident at the moment.
Yeah, he's moving around on the board a lot, and Stefanie just seems to have no option but to react to what he's doing on the playfield. You can see Stefanie's playing quite a strong magnet game, trying to get those magnets over to Jaro's side.
Oh, and there we have.
First game goes to Jaro.
Congratulations, Jaro.
So it was quite a quick first game, but in KLASK they can go on for a very long time or a very short time, but that's not dependent on the player's skill at all.
So the hole will start?
Yes. Yeah, next up we're gonna have Daniel Fiocchi from Italy against Aaen Leggett from UK.
Come on, Aaen. Let's represent UK.
That's actually for you.
Take home something worth actually shouting about.
There we saw a false serve because the ball didn't go to the opponent's side.
Oh, very quick victory right there. Do you think maybe nerves are getting to them so far?
Yeah, I don't know. Aaen seemed to be a bit nervous, to be honest, before the tournament, but we'll see. Of course, it's the first match. There's bright lights.
Yeah, I think it's the first time for many of them playing on anything like this kind of stage. And it just rebounds straight off Aaen's piece into his own goal. There's not much you could have done about that.
Very strong play from Daniel Fiocchi from Italy. I can see that there was that flag wasn't Italian flag. It seemed to be a Danish flag, but he might be Danish from the heart.
Yeah. And Aaen once again, his own piece going into his goal. He's got to improve upon that. He's trying to play a very defensive game right now, and it seems to be biting him more than helping him.
True. Oh, nice shot.
Of course, Daniel's moving around a lot in his goal. It means that he can't always predict the ball as well as he might like. So it does open him up to a few direct shots.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. 2 Mac biscuits attached to Aaen means a point for Daniel.
And just in case you're not familiar, if we refer to the white magnets as biscuits, that's what we mean. And again, it seems to be quite a fast-paced, quick-scoring match.
Yeah.
And Aaen struggling to get back on this at the moment. Hopefully he can recover with this.
Oh, yes.
Very good shot there. Very powerful, very well left.
Yes. Second match goes to Daniel Fiocchini from Italy.
Well, I've got to say, it pains me to see a Brit take a loss so early on in the tournament. But we'll see what he can do on the second match when he faces him again.
Yep. And
for this one.
to clarify, actually two groups are playing at the same time. So in Group A there is Jaro Koch from Germany, Jussi Räsänen from Finland, Eline Aaen from Norway, and Stefanie Lindschinger. So now we're gonna have Jussi from Finland against Eline Aaen from Norway.
And before any points get scored, who do you think might take this match there, Thomas?
I have to, as a Finn, I have to say that Jussi is a very strong player, and he's very calm on the field. He barely makes no mistakes, and so I would put my money on Jussi. But the ball is round, so anything can happen.
Yeah, I think I kind of agree with you. It's the second time we've seen Jussi play, and he's a very strong contender in almost all aspects of play.
Yeah. He likes to take control of the ball and make slow, accurate shots from the midfield, and
Yeah.
that's his type of play. Oh, there comes an unlucky.
Stefanie just loses control. Not Stefanie,
Elina.
sorry, Elina. There we go. Did we get the flag right this time?
This looks like we did.
So it seems like both players are just playing a back and forth, trying to figure each other out. Obviously, an unfortunate rebound for Elina.
Oops.
And a very quick point, so much so that Thomas blinked and missed it. It seems like Jussi is quite content with playing the magnets into Elaine's field and just controlling the game from there.
Nice dodge from Elina.
Very nice.
You see, Jussi is trying to get the white biscuit back in on Elina's side.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he almost loses control of his piece. It just goes to show how much power goes into his shots each time he hits them.
Oh, nice.
There we go. 5-0 so far. It seems to be very one-sided, but I've seen comebacks happen, and there's no guarantee he's got this game yet. All three magnets are in Elaine's field right now, and
in trouble now.
she's struggling to find room to operate, especially with one biscuit already attached to her piece. You see quite an aggressive game from Jussi there. He's playing very upfield, away from his goal, just making sure that ball is always in Elaine's court. Seems to be a much longer point here. Elaine being quite careful, but she's in trouble. In trouble there. When the ball goes in the corner next to a magnet, there's very few things you can do.
Jussi takes an impressive start, 6-0.
It seems like most of the matches we've seen already this morning has been mostly one-sided. Do you think we'll see longer rallies like that later on?
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna get tighter matches the further we go on today.
Here we have Andrew from the USA.
Are you ready? Okay.
And Julian from France.
French champion against the US champion. Andrew might be known for some of the KLASK fans out there already. He also participated in the tournament last year. Okay, now we
might need
see what the referee is gonna say with that one.
First, this bit.
Yeah, the referee decides that the magnets were attached to the piece before the ball went in. So Andrew scores the point. I asked him how he prepared for the game, and he just said that he didn't. he tries not to get too much into his mind and just goes out there and plays the game as it comes to him.
Yeah, but you can see even from Andrew's, the way he's standing next to the ball, he's very relaxed. You can always tell he's just leaning to his one elbow and taking it easy. But we shouldn't.
One biscuit apiece on. Ooh, and there you go. Sometimes it feels like players are too scared to defend the ball when it gets close to their goal, and that's where the mistakes most often happen.
That's true.
You can see both players are very deliberate in every strike they're making there. There's no wild hits. They know where they want the ball to go. There you go.
Yeah, it's always a mix of between power and precision, and then because the more power you put behind the ball, the smaller chances you have on scoring. But then again,
so many times I've seen the ball just jump over the goal because it's been hit too hard.
Yeah.
This is a very close game at 4-3 so far to Julien. We'll see if the USA can make a comeback here, but he's got 2 magnets in his field already. Some very good defending there by Andrew. He's playing quite close to his goal at the moment. I think he feels like he's on the back foot. He's just trying to look for some kind of control he can get.
oh, nice biscuit play from Julian.
Sometimes you have to make the decision between letting the biscuit hit you or letting the ball roll in, and sometimes you have no choice.
Yeah.
And almost immediately, both players nearly scoring right from the serve.
Okay.
There you go. Come back from Andrew. Still, it's only 1 point in it for the French champion.
Ready?
Andrew's already in a lot of trouble getting that biscuit very early on in the game.
Oh,
But he still manages.
5-5. Now we have a tight situation.
It's the first time that
It's gonna be a nice comeback from Andrew if he can pull it off.
Ready?
You see that Andrew's trying to line up those biscuits, get them into his opponent's half of the field, gives him more control and more freedom to...
Ooh, that was close.
Very close there. As much control as you feel like you might have, you never know where that ball's going.
And you can see that Andrew was trying to change the pace a little bit, and I think that's the key to success. You have to be able to change your pace. And nice.
He takes it. Very nice ball.
Nice comeback from Andrew.
Just manages to squeak it by and go straight into the goal.
And if you're following us on Twitch and you have some questions, feel free to shoot a question in the chat. We try to answer them on the breaks at least.
And I suppose whilst we have some downtime, whilst we get the next players ready, do you have a favourite in this competition at all, Thomas?
I think I have 2 favorites, but I will keep that to myself.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't wanna.
I think my favourite player, if I was going to give one for success, would be Asger. He's a very strong all-round
Asger is
player.
very strong from Denmark.
Yeah.
He'll be playing later today in Group C, I think, starting at 2 o'clock Finnish time.
Yeah.
Okay, Jussi up to Stefanie now. Let's see if Jussi can keep up his clean sheet. Oh,
Very immediately getting an easy point there with the magnets in play.
Yeah.
She was a great risk of losing a piece there. And as much as you would like to defend the ball, you have to keep in control at all times. It's very good play there. He knew exactly what would happen if he hit that magnet.
against Jussi in this tournament.
Yeah.
So, as you can see, he's not unbeatable.
And already one magnet out of play. Two magnets, so it's all down to the player's skill right now. It's who can score against who. You can see Stefanie's quite confident with her very large strikes there against Jussi.
Yeah, maybe there was a... Stefanie realized that she has to change the pace of the game, and she got rid of the magnets and
Scores against herself, unfortunately. Now we seem to have 4 magnets at play. And again, already missing one of the magnets from play, but it didn't matter. You see just straight into the goal.
But there was a small touch to the white magnet, so it makes it always so much harder to defend when it takes a small reflection from the white magnets. And you can see Jussi is trying to play all the time with the white magnets and have small ricochets from here again.
He seems to take a very slow pace, very controlled and decisive where he's hitting the ball, whereas Stefanie is just trying to upset that kind of concentration by making him guess where the ball will go. And I think that's a valid strategy. If you can't necessarily wit your opponent, then you outpace your opponent.
Yeah. Oh!
And there you go.
Here's a lucky point. Like these things happen in a game of KLASK.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't have expected to get a magnet in that kind of situation. Each player having what we would refer to as an angel in their goal. Is when you get a magnet into your goal, it can quite often decide whether or not you're going to be scored against or not. Stefanie very strong. I think she's really gained quite a lot of confidence just now. She's kind of hitting her own rhythm in her own pace and forcing Jussi to play at her game rather than the other way around.
That's true. Yeah, I think Stefanie should try to keep her. Well, there it is.
That's all over.
Very strong biscuit game from Jussi again. Jussi have 2 victories now.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a match from Group B. Seems to be Andrew against Aaen. So USA game against UK.
Yeah. See, I've known Andrew for longer, but you know, I've still got to support the home team, I'm afraid.
Quite careful start from both players again.
Aaen just quickly trying to pick up that pace, but
now it's in very bad place. The white magnet right in front of. There you see.
Very difficult to defend once a magnet gets that close to the goal.
Exactly.
You can see there that trying to set up a magnet game, but just overshot and
Shot from Aaen.
very good shot. A lot of players seem to focus on the magnets to try and gain control, but you have players that are just quite happy hitting the ball into the goal to score that way.
That's true.
It's the simplest way to win.
Oh, well, that was a pretty much forced KLASK, because otherwise the ball would have gone in.
Already we're seeing just a single magnet on the pitch at the moment, so it's down to player skill once again. And Aaen, very nice shot there.
Seems like Andrew is gonna have some tight matches today.
It would appear so. Aaen just not too sure if he should have hit that ball or not. Kind of gives Andrew the advantage.
Almost in.
Very well avoided there by Aaen. But unfortunately picks up the magnet anyway. See, the biscuit in the goal can save you, but it can also destroy you.
It's true.
The one thing I've noticed in the games between these two is that they seem to quite willingly pick up magnets, it would seem. They're quite focused on
the ball.
On the ball.
Yeah, I think both Alan and Andrew play more the ball than the white magnets.
And you can see what kind of game it creates. It's a very tight, very close game. It seems like Alan hesitates to hit the ball a lot of the time when it gets close to the half. He's not sure if he should go for it or come back to defend for the rebound.
Oh, there was a...
But yeah, there's a mistake from him there. It's the second time that's happened.
There it might have been some nervousness, because usually you don't see those mistakes on this level anymore.
But there you go, it's over already. It was 3-3 to 6-3.
So another win for Andrew.
And that's much to be expected. He was very good last year.
Yes.
Managed to reach the finals. The audience looking very ominous there in dark blue lighting, judging the players.
Yeah, I can imagine it's not the easiest job to go there in the spotlight and play a game of KLASK. You can start to feel the heat. And now we have Jaro from Germany against Eline from Norway.
Some very simple back and forth there. I think both players just trying to figure out each other's play style before really going in for the move.
But nice magnet play from Jaro. And Jaro already has one victory on his belt, whereas Eline lost her first match. Oh, that's a good shot.
And you see Elena just adjusting herself in a seating position there, trying to get a bit more comfortable, maybe just not quite hitting her stride just yet. And just as soon as the magnets were off the field, there was a goal scored.
Yeah, Jaro is playing very well. He looks very confident and focused.
There's that kind of hesitation from Yara that cost him. It was second too late to deflect and scored multiple ways. But of course I need a single point.
Oh.
Elena kind of psyching her opponent out, thinking, oh no, yeah. I've got a magnet early, but I'll score against you anyway.
Yeah, now it's a time for comeback. It's much harder to come back. Oh, yeah, there. Small mistake from Eline. I think it would have been better just to take the one magnet, because she didn't have another one yet.
But sometimes in KLASK is so fast-paced, you don't get to make that decision. You think, do I have one already? I don't know.
Yeah.
You can see that Elena's kind of playing around the KLASK sign quite a lot, whereas Yaro's playing slightly further back. And it seems to be working out okay for him so far.
Impressive victory for Yara.
Yeah.
So, next up we're gonna have Group B match. Daniel Fiocchini from Italy against Julian Peso from France.
Yeah. I've seen neither of these people play before, unfortunately, so it'll be as new to me as it is you.
Yeah, especially the Italian players, they seem to have very fast style of playing. They want to keep the ball moving fast, and it is very hard to defend against that. And you see, even if it doesn't go in directly, it can bounce from the back wall, and then you make your own goal easily.
See if he's got a arm guard on his right arm there. I wonder if that's a professional decision or otherwise.
Looks pro to me.
Yeah, it's taken it to a whole new level. So quickly recovered the ball. You can see that he's just always active. He doesn't like to be still. And he feels like that's going to give him a better chance to defend against the ball. You can see just how strong and sudden his reactions are when it does get over to his side.
Yep.
It often goes off the pitch. Almost scoring against himself there.
Yeah, he tried to make a small mistake from Julien.
Very interesting play. When it gets into the corner, the best you can do most of the time is just hit as hard as you can and hope it goes where you want it. It seemed like that was going to go in, but the magnet somehow managed to push it back out again.
Oh, there was a nice throw of magnet by Julien.
Yeah, I've seen a few players actually able to control the magnets using their piece and throw them. It's obviously a whole new level, but it takes a lot of time and practice to do. And you can see the kind of force that is being
look at that.
applied there.
That's the Italian way of playing
Yeah.
KLASK. You just put the force behind and a couple of ricochets from the walls. And
It's being very well defended. You would think from he's lost control of his piece there. If you can't recover control of your piece immediately, then it is considered a point for your opponent.
Yeah.
Each player one magnet and manages to shake it off there. Now, it was already over before I could even comment.
yeah, and Julien would really need a win from this one, because it would be a second loss for him already. So, of course, they both are gonna have 6 matches, so it won't be over.
Very close, right there. And you can see him just splitting the magnets up there. He wasn't afraid of getting them on himself. When you apply so much force to them, they just split up, and now we see a very interesting situation.
Yeah.
He had no opportunity there, unfortunately. Maybe if he took his time and led the magnet away from the ball, then he could have recovered, but it looked like it got the better of him.
Yeah, that's so different styles of playing KLASK, as you can see. Sometimes I have a feeling that, of course, he's aiming and they are precise shots, but still, I think the most important is to get the ball moving fast enough.
If you can keep your opponent guessing, then I think that's the advantage that you want most of the time.
Nice shot.
You can see that neither player seems to be that focused on the magnets this game either.
No.
Very much just controlling the ball and trying to get the best of their opponent. And there you go, very, very nice shot there from the side to the back and straight into the goal.
I think Julien knows that he needs to get this match home, otherwise he'll be in trouble.
He does look very focused. Magnets are flying everywhere at the moment, so...
But there it is, Daniel Fiocchi from Italy.
Quick wipe down from the ref on the board there, just to make sure everything's in pristine condition. Perhaps the Italian wore the ball down a little bit too much.
Okay, now we're gonna have an interesting match between Stefanie Lindschinger from Austria and Eline Aaen from Norway.
You can see Elina just making sure she's comfortable there before she begins. Stefanie playing a very aggressive game. It seems like she's really picked up from when it first began, and has just decided that strength is the key for her. And it seems to be working out pretty well so far. The ball seems to be very close to the goal.
Nice playing from Stefanie.
Elina throwing a magnet off the pitch and then picking up one herself. She's not sure if she wants to keep them or throw them away.
I would pick the latter. Nice shot from Stefanie.
And two magnets are hugging each other in the middle of the field there. You see Stefanie decided to break them up and fortunately landed on the opponent's side of the field and got a goal from it.
Yeah. And I think they both need a victory here because they both have had a bit bad start in the tournament with 2 losses. So
there you go. First point for Elina there. 2 magnets against Stefanie and finally starting to perhaps create a comeback for herself. And unfortunately hits it too hard and loses a piece and even now struggles to recover. Unfortunately, Stefanie there just rolls in through the back of the goal there. It seems like both opponents are just playing it as fast and as hard as they possibly can to see where it lands, and it seems to be working out, as you can very well see.
That was a bit nervous move from Eline.
There you go.
I think
Quick mistake from Stefanie.
Scored against herself. But that happens easily.
Magnets just flying off the board. And it seems like Stefanie, while she is hitting the ball very hard, she knows exactly where it's going to be going. And you can see that she managed to get her the win.
Yeah, that was a first win for Stefanie, so I'm sure she's happy. And
yeah, maybe she'll
couple
go
more and she'll be to the next round.
Yeah, maybe she'll go from strength to strength.
And now we're gonna have Aaen Leggett from UK against Julian Peso from France.
I think Aaen needs to win just as much as Stefanie just did, is that right?
Yes, that's right. That's right. They have also both of them with 2 losses from in the tournament, so it's an important match.
Very early 2 points.
Oh no. Julien seems to be on fire now.
I hope he doesn't mind me saying, but it seems like Aaen's rather nervous in the way he's playing. He's not trying to control the pace of the game. He's
he's sort of happy to just give the ball to the opponent, and then that's of course not good. With every shot you should try to make it count. And
but I suppose that's what happens when you get nervous at a level of play like this.
Yeah, and Julien is playing also very well at the moment.
Oh, of course.
Just when I said, and then he makes a small mistake. But that also easily happens when you are in 4-0 lead. You start to take a bit more risks and are a bit careless with your play, and then you easily make a mistake like that. Almost an ace. But now
the return ace.
It turns quickly. Let's see if Aaen. But there he is.
And there's the ace. 2 very quick points there. We wonder if it'll be over before we can blink next time. And it almost was.
3 aces in a row.
Distracted by the magnet and the ball got in. It was very well played.
Okay, Julien gets his first victory in the tournament.
Just a quick kind of consultation with the referee there.
So we decided, because I'm a German guy, he's the Finnish guy. First game, I judge the German and the Finnish, and the second game, he's judging. Everything okay with it?
Yeah, I think that's a good decision from the
Are you ready?
from the referees.
Okay.
Even though I don't think that they would be biased with
No.
the judging, but still,
It's
keep it
definitely
fair.
a fair gentleman's game is how we promote KLASK. And
But now we're gonna have a very interesting match because it's Jussi and Jaro, and they both have 2 victories at the moment. But of course, it's gonna change now, and we'll see who's gonna lead the group after this match.
each player with a magnet apiece. And,
Oh.
he manages to shake it. He's just very deliberately, slowly controlling the ball for both players.
Yeah, I think actually now we have two players with pretty similar playing styles. They both like to make precise, accurate shot and control the ball.
They both
But,
play very
yeah,
defensively when they aren't in control as well. You can see they're definitely focusing on the magnets.
Yeah. Good magnet players both. Oh, nice shot from Yara.
It's too rapid to respond to.
Jussi still seems to be calm. Almost.
Oh, and very well defended. You could see that was going in, and his last chance was to just run at the ball as fast as possible.
Yeah, you can see the reflexes on Yara. He's very good at defense.
Just constant back and forth between the two, just looking for a weakness, and it looked like it might go in, but the magnet saved it.
Oh,
There you go. A slight miss cost him a point there.
I think it was an important point for Jussi. Now he gets a lead in the middle of the game, and
There's always a mental advantage when it comes to this level of play to be just even a point ahead. Gives you a little bit of breathing room, but
Jaro doesn't seem to mind.
No.
I have a feeling it's gonna go to 5-5 situation.
quite possibly, yes. Very nearly going into each player's goal there, but neither of them seem to be too phased by it, just continuing to play.
Oh, there was
Very
a little
good play by Yara.
small of control from Jussi's side, so then he was late from defense.
But he returns it straight back at him. Says, "I'm not phased by your plays." This is a very simple mistake, but if you're not responding to the ball, it's probably going into the goal.
But Jussi comes back with
And
the...
your prediction comes true. It's 5-5.
Yeah, I think I was saying I have a feeling it's gonna go to 5-5, so now...
Now maybe we'll see each player being slightly more careful,
Yeah.
or maybe even more aggressive.
Yeah, I don't know which I... Oh!
And that is a very unfortunate loss of control
Yeah,
there.
Jussi lost the control and his player striker rolled to the next, or the other white magnet. But yeah, Yara remains unbeatable in his group, so... But they're
very
gonna
good.
be playing against each other still one time in this group, so
It was a very good game from both of them.
I smell some rivalry here.
Yes. We'll probably see them play once more, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Are you ready?
Here we come to Daniel from the... no, Andrew, sorry, from the USA. I know I was doing something wrong there.
Daniel from Italy. So again, the same situation. We have both Daniel and Andrew are still unbeatable in their group, but now we see who's gonna take the lead. Oh, good play from Daniel.
played against Andrew a few times myself, and every time, even if you manage to get a few points against him, he's never ever fazed by the fact that he might be behind.
No, like we talked already earlier, he's always so relaxed in his whole... Yep.
There you go, he's taking the lead. You can see quite a lot of movement from Daniel, but Andrew just very calm. And now it just comes down to each player's individual skill that the magnets have gone off the board. And some good deflections. Some very fast-paced play from both players here. Yeah. But then we just saw the ball almost go into the goal, but reflect straight back out because it was too fast. Sometimes you do need to slow it down. It's not all about just hitting the ball as fast as possible.
Yeah, there's nice try. Oh, yeah. Unlucky.
Yeah, couldn't defend after he lost his control.
Yeah, he's blaming himself.
Yeah.
He knows. You can see Andrew is trying to get the white magnets on Daniel's side. He's one already attached. Well, not anymore.
Oh, very unfortunate. Perhaps went to go back to strike the ball and realised he was a little bit too far to the left than he thought he was.
Yeah. Those we don't see KLASKs anymore on this level that often, but still, it happens time to time when you're defending too close to your goal.
Very nice shot from the side to the back. It seems like Andrew just really wants to control the game by trying to get in the magnets over there. If that fails, then he's quite happy to just slow the pace down and focus on the right kind of shot for him.
It's true, but Daniel wants to keep the pace up. That's very obvious here. And there's a nice shot from the backboard.
Exactly. It just goes to show that both strategies are perfectly capable of winning.
Yeah, I guess there's another Italian player on this tournament, and I must say that they both have very much the same style of playing. They want to put a lot of force behind the ball and keep the pace high.
And this is a very difficult situation with that magnet rolling in the back of his goal. Very little you can do to control it when it gets near. It's just a single point in it so far for Andrew to get the win. But he's got to be careful not to aggravate the magnet that's in his goal. It can sneak up on you.
Close, but nice save from Daniel.
Some very close shots here, but very well defended by both players. These are the kind of rallies that you would expect to see at this kind of level.
And I'm sure Andrew knows that the last point is always the hardest, so...
Yes.
It's basically, I think, Daniel... Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, the magnet's coming strong for him.
So Andrew remains unbeatable. Group A. Oh, that was fast. Group A, we have Jaro and leading, and Jussi closely behind. And
some very similar standings in Group A and Group B.
That's true. And on Group B, you have Andrew leading and Daniel behind him. But like we said, there's still new set of games, so anything can happen. But let's see if Jaro won the first match between Stefanie and him. Let's see if Stefanie can come back.
Yeah, I think Stefanie was quite nervous in the first match.
Yeah, I feel so. That was the first match of the tournament. I think now in the later games she took a good win last round and
Unfortunately, just sneaked that one behind her. Managed to score against herself. I'm sure she wasn't expecting the kind of reflection that was happened there.
Yep, yep.
Very well recovered. Managed to get the goal from it. Sometimes a little break dancing just gives you enough time to get that point. Yeah, you can see what was going to happen.
Very controlled played from Jaro.
Both players, I was going to say, hitting no magnets so far, but now very suddenly.
Oh, nice, nice. You don't see too many feelings on Jaro's face. He seems to be very concentrated on the match.
Yeah.
But why should he? It seems to be working. So.
Stefanie almost playing the game by herself there.
Yeah. There's a bit. The shots were going a bit too much towards the corner and not towards the goal. And again, the same thing. There's a bit. That was a better one.
Yeah.
No.
Very close there. That's the kind of angle she wants to be hitting more often.
Yeah.
Oh. It's a good effort to defend there by Stefanie, but unfortunately there's only so many times you can hit the ball before you lose control.
Yeah, here you can see the group standings again. If I'm not mistaken, it seems like Jaro has made it through to the next round already with 4 victories. But then whether he's gonna be the first player or second player to go.
It is still possible that Jussi could come back with 3 consecutive wins.
That's true.
So Daniel versus Aaen here. Aaen on the right. See that fast pace from Daniel again. Aaen just playing very close to his goal, just quite happy to receive the ball, make the shot from there, and return. Doesn't seem focused at all on playing the magnets or trying to put too much pressure on his opponent. He's quite happy just doing his own game and going from there. And already his opponent's in a very difficult situation trying to guide that magnet out from the goal.
And he gets himself out of trouble. There was a bit similar point in the previous game, and then actually Daniel ended up scoring against himself.
Yeah, he manages to shake the magnet and scores straight after.
It seems like he's rolling up the sleeves already.
And Aaen, unfortunately, just following the ball there, lost sight of the goal and managed to score against himself. Very nearly, just goes in once more. But he looks a lot more confident in this game, Aaen. He's taken a lot more time to consider where he wants to place the ball, and it seems to be holding out much better.
Whoops.
Yeah, I think Daniel just wanted to get rid of the white magnet on his field because it was on his way of making his hard shots, and then even though there's only one magnet left, it's still an Aaen, and because it can easily ricochet, or you can take a bounce from the white magnet. But there's point for Daniel again.
2 magnets joining each other there, just very easy to break up, but you have no idea where they're going to go.
Nice pistol play from Nina.
Immediately, Aaen finds a lot of biscuits in his side of the field. You can see Daniel was trying to play that third one, but Aaen was like, no, we'll get rid of that. Not for me, thanks. Yep, and it looks like the ball hit the magnet on the player piece and went in.
Yeah, Daniel has been very convincing so far. Even though he had one loss against Andrew, but overall I think his game has been very good.
Yep. Seems to be very difficult to get into Daniel's mind and shake him. So. Yeah, there you go, you can see a 6-1 victory there for him. He's quite comfortable.
Yeah, so here we have the score again.
So everything fine?
It looks like Elina will really need to pull out a win here if she
now you can
wants to save any face.
Yeah.
But it will be a very difficult match against Jussi. Or will it?
There was a clear KLASK, even though it jumped off, but yeah, I could hear it all the way here.
I've got one for you. Oh, nice.
Thanks.
No. We take another one. I have too many pockets here. It was the last one. Oh, come. It was from my ass pocket, so.
Just German humor.
Yep.
But I think Jussi is now feeling a bit.
Yeah.
It
seems like
he's been a bit playing a bit too carefully. Even maybe the loss to Jaro last round has got under his skin a little bit.
I'm not sure if I think it really relies on him. I think Elena's really come quite strongly into this match. She's got a lot to prove with 3 losses against her so far. She knows what's at stake.
That's true.
And just struggling to get the ball to stay still for the serve. But she seems to be a lot more in control. She's playing those magnets against Jussi, and it's working out for her so far. Very close to scoring a goal.
Again, Jussi is in trouble, as you can see.
He's trying to play that magnet away, but now he's in an even worse position. He can't roll that magnet anywhere. He's just got to get that ball out and then back to the fence. Very nearly didn't manage it. And once again, he's in a very difficult position.
And that's not typical. Usually I think Jussi would take away that. His ball. And you can see that he's taking it a bit carefully, because usually I would say that Jussi would have played that magnet away, but now he had one attached, so because there's of course always a risk that it will attach. Okay, that was a very important point for Jussi, I think.
Yeah.
It released some tension.
But because the point was so quick, did he really learn how to play against the style of Elina there, breakdancing the magnet over to his side of the field? Some very good back and forth. Both players just very calculated with where they want to play that ball. Never playing the same shot twice in a row.
No.
Very close to a goal for both of them there.
Yep.
So Jussi picks up the magnet. You can't lose with a magnet game, but it does make some shots a lot more difficult.
It's true. Now he's starting to get back to his own game. Take the ball to the middle field and then go right and left, right and left.
You can see he's quite happy to just let the ball
Yep.
roll
And
into
there it
midfield
is.
and take the shot. And Jussi maybe starting with a handicap on that round.
Nice shot.
Very decisive shot. Almost like he would have practiced that kind of shot.
Yeah, he has, I know for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that was a good try. He tried to sneak it in with the white magnet.
Yeah. Sometimes you're too busy looking at the magnets to ignore where the ball is going. Oh, very good play there with the magnets. Putting that pressure on it, and it seemed to work out for the best for him. But both players very much still in control of their own game here. Although Elena's got two magnets on the side of her field, she shakes it. She seems to be a wizard when it comes to doing that kind of thing. And, still very much in control. She's meeting Jussi into the midfield.
And that's easily happens when you start playing too much with the white magnets. Then it's you lose sight of the ball, and then you find it from your own goal easily.
Very well played there by Elena. Managed to not pick up that second biscuit, but unfortunately, second time around, not so well.
Victory for Jussi. Starts to look like from Group A is gonna be Jaro and Jussi who's gonna go to the next round. But I guess Stefanie still has a theoretical chance to go past Jussi.
Very shaky start there. Almost picking up the second biscuit. He's got to do something to get rid of those magnets, or otherwise he's in trouble.
Oh.
Very lucky there with the ball just slightly too hard, but not enough for a second time.
It would be very interesting for the group standings for Julien to get a win here. Andrew is so far still has been unbeatable, but let's make it tighter.
Looks like both players are picking up the pace just a little bit here.
Yeah.
Trying to make the other person lose concentration. And maybe pick up a biscuit in the process. One thing I've noticed from Andrew's style of play, he's very precise when he's looking for a magnet to hit with the ball.
Yeah.
He seems very well versed in that kind of aspect. Oh, and a very direct shot there, but possibly saved by the biscuit in the goal. This is a very long rally for both players. It's looking for a mistake, and it looks like there's finally one made. Some very complicated shots coming from both players here, although it looks like quite a simple game.
Yep.
They seem to really know their angles, where they can get it behind the other player and manage to score a goal from it. if you're not familiar with KLASK, you would think, why aren't they going for the goal directly? But obviously that's a very immediate, very obvious play, and you're often defending directly in front. So if you manage to squeak it behind them, then it puts them very much on the back foot.
But still, then to put a couple of direct shots in, like here, in between, to keep the opponent on his toes is a good idea.
Absolutely. I mean, if you play the same shot too many times, your opponent knows what you're aiming to do and can defend against it much better. And it just goes to show that kind of shot again from Andrew. He loves playing it on the side, to the back, and into the goal. It's a very close match so far, 3-2. It looks like both players are slowing down the pace slightly. Playing ping pong.
Oh, nice business game from Andrew. Julian needs this point, but he's back against the wall.
So one more point will seal it for Andrew. Julian doesn't seem to be too phased. He's got quite a lot of concentration on his face. He's still playing at his own rhythm.
Yep, there it is.
Those kinds of shots for Andrew is very strong.
So it also sealed it for Andrew. Andrew is gonna make it to the next round with 4 consecutive victories.
It looks like Daniel's in good standing in Group B for the second winner of the group phase, but Julien still stands a chance if he gets the next 2 wins and Daniel manages to lose both.
Yeah, and this is also an important match for Jussi, because if Jussi wants to still keep fighting for the winning the group, he's gonna still be playing one match against Jaro, and of course you have to beat Jaro in that match. But
whilst it's important to get through from the group stages, you do gain a small advantage by the kinds of placements that you get if you do win the group.
very strong start for Stefanie.
Yeah, it is.
It was the same thing with Jussi last match.
Yep.
He gave 2 ahead in the beginning. And
Stefanie just trying to play that magnet but hitting it just slightly too hard. Very immediate strikes from Stefanie there, just barely giving Jussi any chance to even control the ball. It's constantly in her half of the field. Now Jussi gains control, slows down the pace and takes a very deliberate shot.
yeah, but it's Jussi don't want to give three ahead at this stage. Oh, very close.
It was very well played there.
Yeah, first get rid of the magnet and then score. Nice play from Jussi.
Perhaps this is his strategy where he goes 2-0 down just to come back and get the win.
Yeah, always give a little bit of leash. I wouldn't be surprised to start seeing Jussi putting the ball now more to the Stefanie's corner with the 2 white magnets.
Yeah.
You can take it like that. I think he's really trying to hit the white magnet. A good shot. Now it's 1 to go.
He seems to be coming out from the goal.
Oh, Stefanie can keep it up.
There you go. I think Stefanie just is more focused on trying to make sure UC doesn't get control of that ball and that she always can just make as many shots as she needs to score against him. And I think that's a very valid strategy when you're playing against a very deliberate player like UC.
No. Oh, small mistake.
Yeah.
Stefanie was too eager to hit the ball and didn't notice the white magnet.
Magnets flying everywhere across the field, but Stefanie just loses control.
And UC takes the first lead in this match.
One more point left in it for UC to take this victory. Now that he's managed to gain control.
And I think actually a win here would seal a next round spot for UC as well. Let's see how he can handle the pressure.
But there we go, Stefanie taking that pressure and applying it straight back at him.
Yep.
Ooh, very
lost
nearly
both.
for both. But
There he goes
very well
in
played.
together with the white magnet.
So there we go. That looks like UC will be going through.
Yeah, I think Jussi and Jaro have both.
It's Aaen. Aaen, your start player.
Point difference not so different when it comes to the top two in both groups. As you can see, there's 13 apiece for rank 1 and 2 in Group A, and in Group B there's 10 apiece.
Yeah.
So perhaps we'll see some very, very similarly skilled games after the group stages.
It's true, but it's interesting. In both groups there seems to be two stronger players and going through.
And a very immediate goal there from Aaen.
Yeah, well, now Aaen can play without any stress. There's no pressure anymore. Let's see.
Andrew does need to get this win just to secure the victory for Group A, but he does have 3 games still to go, so if he does lose this, then it's not all over for him. And there we can hear the crowd chanting a bit of a USA there. And immediately Aaen manages to score against himself from the serve.
Yes,
Is that an ace? I'm not sure.
Humiliation ace.
Andrew just 1 point after another, just very quickly racked up 4 points there. This point taken a lot longer than the past 4. It seems like Aalen's a bit more in control of what's happening now that the biscuit is in his goal and 1 is on Andrew. He's got a bit more breathing room, he's less worried about the state of the board and just more about controlling where that ball is. And very well defended there. You could see it was going in. Played it back off the back of the board.
Yeah, now it might be a good idea from Aaen try to hit the white magnet on the on Andrew's backfield and get him surprised.
Very good point there from Aaen. And to do one of Andrew's own shots against him. Andrew just kind of guiding that magnet into his own goal.
There, Aaen was looking something else than the ball.
Yep. Just one more point will seal the game.
But not yet.
But, yeah, he won't allow it. There we go. So that looks like Andrew is going through from the group stage.
Yeah, yes, he still has a clear record.
But it's still all to play for the Group B, it would look like. It's very possible that Julien could come through with 2 wins to steal the Italian placement in Group B.
Yeah, that's still then, if they would both end up into three wins, then it would go to the points difference.
So as you say, Elaine's just got no pressure on her anymore. She knows she can't get through, but it'll all just be fun from here on out for her. Not to say that she won't be playing a professional level.
But on the other hand, Jaro has still quite a lot on stake, because Jussi is just behind him in the group, and the last game is going to be between 2 of them, and Jaro wants to keep the number 1 position of the group.
Ooh, very good point there. Back and forth almost immediately by each player. And Eline just deciding to take the magnet from midfield and give him the point straight back.
Nice shot.
Yeah, very nice save. And almost immediately played back. Whilst Eline does have a magnet on her, we've seen her multiple times shaking off the magnets from a piece very easily. So I don't think she was too worried about that, but managed to lose sight of the ball. And is just unable to defend.
Very good KLASK play from Yara, but when he comes back.
Oh, unfortunately for Eline, there's no way she could have defended against that. And manages to seal it with an own goal.
And Yara still with the clean record. It's gonna be an interesting last match.
Yep.
Because they are, is Jussi and Jaro, they are in equal point difference. So, oh no, okay now.
Yeah, no, that's up there.
Jussi will have to beat Jaro with more than 3 points to get the lead in the group.
It's still very doable.
It is. And yeah, now we're gonna have Julien against Daniel. And if Daniel is gonna take this match, it's gonna be exactly the same situation in Group B as in Group A.
You can see that he's adapting the exact same play style. Very rapid, continuous movements.
Yeah. At this stage, it shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone anymore. Let's see if Julien has found a cure for that. Yeah.
Okay.
No, looking good.
Yeah,
Looking
very
good.
good.
Yeah.
Daniel has lost control of his piece in the corner, trying to deflect that magnet, unfortunately.
No, and basically Julien still has a chance.
Really?
Chance to come back, but then it would mean that Daniel's gonna have to lose all his remaining matches and Julien's gonna have to win. Yeah, it can happen.
It can happen.
And I think now Julien starts to realize it too, that still in the game. And it would be especially important to get a 6-1 victory here, because it would be very bad for Daniel. So there it is,
Yeah.
6-1. I think Julien got into or under Daniel's skin a little bit.
Yeah.
There.
You seem quite happy with the result
Yeah.
there.
And now you see it. There is still a big points difference between Daniel and Julien, but if in the last match,
You can still do it.
yeah.
A little bit hurry.
Yeah, and it's still Daniel is gonna be playing against Andrew, who's been still unbeatable in his group, and Julien is gonna have Aaen in the last game. So, yeah, yes, everything is still possible in the group B.
Yeah. It's a nice little respectable high five to start the game there.
Yep. So unfortunately, it looks like this is going to be the last match for both Eline and Stefanie in this tournament. But in that sense, I'm gonna be cheering for Eline now, so that she doesn't have to go home without a win.
A little bit of hesitation there,
Yeah,
not too
yeah.
sure if she should defend or let it pass her, but
Yeah, I
ultimately,
think there was a bit of a miscalculation.
Yeah.
She thought that it's gonna go past the goal hole, but it didn't.
struggling with the biscuits just there, but very well. See, Stefanie is still very aggressive in her play style, with at least when it comes to the power of the shots.
Yeah, I think she's playing well. She was making a bit too many mistakes in the previous games, shooting the ball a couple of times to her own goal, and
She seems to have realised that it's best to wait for the ball and then take the shot.
Oh.
Very well played there.
couple of close calls and finally it is in.
It just seems like Elena's scared to go into the backfield behind her own goal to defend from there. And it's just much more comfortable, kind of in the middle of the field, just defending the front of the goal.
Yeah, nice playing from Stefanie there.
Very good point there. Quite an aggressive back and forth we're seeing in this point just so far. Stefanie controlling most of the play. And Eline just trying to come out of the goal to match that aggression. And almost, very almost, worked out for her. There we go. Sometimes all you need is a magnet to distract the opponent. And it allows the ball all the room it needs to find a goal.
It's true. Ooh. Some dangerous play there from Eline.
Nice shot. Very good shot.
And again you could see that it took a small reflection from the white piece, so Eline was standing on the way, but then because of the reflection it went past her.
And a very unfortunate deflection for Elina there. Just managed to kick it into the back of her own goal. Stefanie just trying to pick up the pace here, just relentlessly taking the first shot she can take and making sure she's in control of the game. Very nearly both players scoring there.
Yeah, that's it.
Stefanie takes the game. Does that leave Elina with no wins?
Yeah, unfortunately it appears to be so.
But she won't be the only one, with Aaen joining her with the 5 losses there, if he doesn't manage to win his next game.
Yeah, and now it's for Julien. This is very if Julien still is planning to go to the next round, he definitely would need a win here, and preferably with the flying colors. So 6-0 would be perfect.
Aaen seems to be very much in control of the game so far, however. But just not of his own piece, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that Julien is usually quite happy to be a bit more on a defensive or take the defensive role and then strike like this when there is an opportunity.
Yeah, as much as it is important to be in control of where the ball is going, it's just as important to be able to take that time and know where the ball is going. You can already see a 4-0 lead. It's been very impressive.
Going just as Julian planned, I guess. But it's no longer in Julian's own hands. It still requires that Daniel is going to lose the last match of his in order for Julien to go through. But
it puts them in very good standing for that possibility.
And France against England, a classic. You don't seem to be too happy with the score.
Have you noticed?
How does it feel to be beaten by the French 6-0?
Yes, just like always.
Yeah. But now, of course, Andrew gets to play pretty much without any pressure because he has already secured the first spot. But Daniel, on the other hand, hasn't, so he would need to have a victory with the... Oh, yeah.
6 points.
Yeah, but okay, they're not gonna play yet. But it's Jaro and Jussi, they're gonna be deciding the winner of the group 1. So Jussi needs a win with more than 3 points difference to go past Jaro at this stage. So Jaro has quite much better standings, but we'll see. And probably I'm not even sure if the players are aware of the point difference. I think they are just playing for the win.
I think sometimes it's important to not even pay attention to that.
Yeah, it might be better.
You can see both players are getting right to the middle of the boards, just not allowing any room for the other person.
Yeah, there was
Yeah, it looks like the referee decided.
There was two magnets attached to the piece for a short while, even though one cut lost. It was already the point happened.
And now the magnet's on the other side of the field, and he's got to feel a bit more relaxed because of it.
Double angel on Jussi's goal.
Yeah, it seems to work out for him.
And good start for Jussi. 6-0 would bring him the lead in his group for sure.
Yeah, there's no 2-point lead for his opponent in this game.
Oh.
Unfortunately, he's so aggressive with the piece there that he lost control into his goal.
Yep.
But both of the players are already through, so we're gonna be seeing some more Jussi and Jaro later today. The final stage is gonna be played a couple hours after the second group stage.
It's a very long, protracted point there, but Jussi just managed to take it.
Yeah, well, the first match already told us that it's a very tight match. It went to 5-5 situation where in first game Jaro was better, score 6-5. But now Jussi is in the lead, and I think he knows he needs a victory here if he wants to take the first spot. Oh, good one.
Yeah, very good magnet play there. Very interesting magnets play. Just decided to get completely rid of them. Focus on playing against the opponent. Some very fast play there. It was never going to stay into the goal, but it does open your opponent for mistakes.
It's true.
Both players just...
Oh, yeah, that's a good call for Jaro. I think if Jaro gets one more point in this match, he's gonna be the number one in his group, no matter what the final result of this match. But as said, both have already qualified, so we're gonna be seeing some more Jaro and Jussi today. And it's still on the mental level, it would be great for Jussi to take home the other game, because if you lose two matches to the same against the same opponent, it might be hard to meet them in the final games.
Absolutely.
Oh, very good. You saw there, Yara tried to stop playing the ball and rather played the white magnets, and now Jussi knows that he has to do something for the white magnets, because Jaro is gonna be trying to hit them and make it hard for Jussi. Oh, very low down.
It's very difficult for Jussi right now. Taking it to the other side of the field where he's got a bit more room to operate. plays the magnet straight over. A very good play there.
You're gonna go for the...
It looks like Yaro's really trying to get the ball into the field where that remaining magnet is.
Oh. Jussi stands tall. Nice. Oh, you see.
You seem quite happy with the result there.
Yeah. I think there's gonna be some job for the scorekeeper to figure out who's gonna be number 1 in the group, Jussi or Jaro. I think they both are in 5 victories and the point difference is plus 16. And yeah, it seems to be Jussi. Jussi is gonna be the number 1 in the group because of more points scored during the five games. But it was a very tight. It was Jussi scored 35 points, whereas Jaro had 33. But to the next game. Now we have another interesting match because
Andrew versus Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel would need to have a win in this one to secure a spot in the next round. So all is still in Daniel's own hands. But if he loses, then I think Julien is gonna go to the next round.
It's a good start for him. That's what he needs.
Yeah. I think he probably knows it too, that he needs a victory now. And I don't think he traveled all the way from Italy here to stay in the group stage, but
Andrew is very, very proficient with those kinds of immediate rebound shots when you least expect them.
Oh, nice biscuit play from Daniel.
Yeah, very good play.
Even though Andrew tried to dodge the coming biscuit, it was just coming too fast, and there is still magnetism, so it's pulling towards you.
Andrew realising that he wants to play the biscuit game. I'll play the biscuit game.
Yep.
A very, very close shot there.
Yeah, but I have a feeling that Daniel has been a little less aggressive on this match. He's taking it a bit more carefully now, because there's no room for mistakes anymore.
Yeah, he's still keeping the movement when he's defending, but he's taken a few more seconds just to figure out that next shot. And he knows Andrew is very good at defending.
Yes. He's trying something from the back wall to surprise Andrew's defense, because Andrew has been taking quite well every single shot Daniel has tried.
Just seems like a back and forth with two players trying to gain control. There we go. Daniel finally manages to
you can
end
see the relief on Daniel's face. He really needed that point. Whereas Andrew can be quite relaxed. Well, he's always relaxed, but now even more, because there's nothing to lose for or win for him, except of course his pride. Oh, nice biscuit play from Andrew.
There's one thing that the USA is known for, it's their pride. So.
Yes. I'm sure Andrew is not gonna give a victory here easily to Daniel. Well,
very good shot there. He's managed to distract him with the magnets, making him unsure of his defence, and then just go straight into it. Very good shot there.
5-3.
Once the magnet starts flying, it's hard to keep track of the ball.
Yeah, it's looking very bad for Daniel now. They're gonna be in. If Andrew takes this point, they're gonna be in even points, or even as both are gonna have 3 victories at Daniel and Julien, but because Julien has a better point difference. Now we're gonna see what the referee is gonna say.
Was the sound from the piece going into the goal?
Yeah. It seems like they're gonna be continuing, so it was ruled out.
Watch
So.
his serve here. He seems. He didn't do it that time, but he seems comfortable serving on the back of the board.
Yeah. That's a new thing. I haven't been seeing many players doing that.
Daniel almost letting the magnet get the best of him.
Oh,
And
there it is.
Great shot there. And
Yeah. It seems like Julien got a nice comeback.
Andrew managing to get through with 6 wins in all.
Little break.
Yeah. So everyone who's following us, we're gonna have now approximately. We're gonna have 25 minutes break, but come back in 25 minutes. We're gonna have another group stage. There's gonna be groups C and D. D playing. But at this point, we take a small break, and thank you.